Welcome to Namaste Today, a top-notch way to begin the day. I'm your heartfelt host and the sensei to serious joy, Christopher Witecki. And this audio blogcast is for Friday. Thank goddess it's Friday. Friday, June 23rd, 2017. Happy Lightcast Day. Namaste. It's a dynamic and two-part day. We begin the day very clear and sharp and end the day quite moody. On top of that, tonight there's a new moon. In today's zodiac weather, I'll walk you through the planets and give you a preview of the weekend. And later in our tea time, another interesting fact about emotion, quiet time. But first, let's take a look at today's moods and your zodiac weather. This zodiac weather is for Friday, June 23rd, 2017. And my global forecast for planet Gaia is cloudy and passionate today. Step 2, the Grandmaster step of Cancer, floods our emotions. And tonight we have a new moon kicking off the weekend. Let's take a look at the planets. Happy Friday to you, my friend and earthly neighbor, and happy Lightcast Day. In the next 24 hours, you are planting the seeds to a new emotional foundation or a new emotional intention. And today, Friday, it's really about leading up to that intention. As we wake up, step 2 Cancer rules the day. This is the Grandmaster step of Cancer. Any Cancer born on a step 2 day is a purebred master Cancer. By master, I mean they understand the full spectrum of emotion, and that's exactly the portal that's open today. You may experience the full spectrum of your emotion, high highs, low lows, and maybe even some emotions from your past. And that, I think, is really the point of the universe. Today, as you go through the day, the moon will mostly be in Gemini, so your mind and feelings will be comparing and contrasting, and your mind will be wanting to make itself up about the direction you want your life to go. You may be feeling some lows, you may be feeling regrets, you may be feeling emotions that you don't want to feel all day long, and I believe that's the universe's point, because tonight the moon and sun will come together for the new moon at step 2. What this means is all these varieties of feelings and flavors you may go through today is to help you make up your mind and heart about how you wish to feel in the future. So this new moon is casting a wish. I believe we'll all be kind of at the lower part of our emotions, and we'll be wishing for things to get better. But don't worry, it's a new moon, which means this is a wish that will be granted. Now, as I've been speaking here for a couple of weeks, we have gone through a lot as a species in the last 6 months. Spiritual growth, ego growth, changing what we value, changing the way we think. And literally today through the next weekend is really when your emotions catch up to you from this ride. So I have to underscore that self-nurturing, babying yourself, being compassionate to yourself, that's going to make this whole process a lot easier. Being hard on yourself or feeling bad for feeling bad only compounds the issue. So let it go, let it flow. If you have to release some emotional tension, do so. That's my advice. On top of that, be mindful of yesterday's episode where I gave 5 tips to dealing with your emotions, because due to the new moon or Lightcast Day tonight, when there will be no moon in the sky, for instance, it'll be dark, this is the time where you definitely want to tell the universe where you intend to feel and how you intend to feel. So it's not enough to know how you feel, you must know how you want to feel in the future. And definitely go to bed tonight with that intention in your heart. Now, although this Lightcast Day is mostly about setting emotional intentions for your future, Venus herself is at step 17 Taurus today, which means there will be a quiet background decision that you're making, And that background decision is to open up to something and commit to something in your reality. This commitment may be to manifesting something literal, that you're opening up to manifesting a new home or a better relationship or a better job that doesn't feel so bad. But I want to underscore that the primary intention here is how you want to feel, but there is a secondary new moon intention that's asking you to decide how you believe life should change or what you should open up to in life in order to bring across those feelings. Now, for the upcoming weekend, it looks like it's a bit of a bipolar weekend. After a bit of a blue Friday, Saturday looks sunny and optimistic. In fact, there'll be things that open up, perhaps new opportunities, a new way to look at things. And on Saturday, you may make a significant breakthrough with your own feelings about something. A new information or a new door opening leads you to feel better about things. So I believe on Saturday, no matter how you feel on Friday, you'll definitely be feeling better. But then Sunday, we flip the coin again, and Sunday there is a good chance of showers and a breakdown. This may be, for some people, the first breakdown. They may not have felt so moody on Friday, they were distracted, and it may be until Sunday that really your emotions catch up to you. It may also be a proactive breakdown where, because you do understand there's new hope and you do see a future coming, that you simply have to break down and let out all the cramped up emotion that you've kept to yourself through this whole transit. I would predict that there'll probably be a light showers for everyone on the planet, even if it's just a moment of a tear in a commercial, but we'll all be releasing some pent-up emotion Saturday night through Sunday morning. So this is a Saturday night that if you're a person that likes to go out and enjoy yourself, be careful, because I am predicting thunderstorms with a chance of breakdown beginning Saturday night and leading through Sunday evening. Now, I do want to highlight that the most important thing to realize is we've all come a long way in our spiritual journey, and we all have emotionally dealt with a lot. So you definitely have to plan a little time and space with your feelings. You definitely have to take your time and space and be self-compassionate. And you want to definitely apply the steps I gave you in yesterday's episode. On top of that, I have a final little interesting note to help you along the way. And this will be, of course, the topic of our tea time. So go steep yourself some tea, and let's have our weekend tea time. Hello, my friend, and welcome to our tea time. Today's tea time topic is quiet time. And this topic actually came up just this week with a reading I had with an individual. And it made me realize that this is something I should share with everyone out there in the community. It really has to do with this concept I call quiet time. Now, it's been long known through the history of mankind that human beings are healthier and happier if they, quote, meditate. And we've been taught to meditate, and we've been taught to quiet our mind and try to listen to our other side. And I think when we do meditation, a lot of our focus has often been, what information are we going to get? What are we going to see in the mind? What's our mind going to do? But you know, as I have been sensing for a long time now, and personally been a person who has been seeking spiritual peace and enlightenment myself on this journey with you, I've come to realize that I don't believe it's so much quiet time for the soul that we need, but quiet time for our feelings. And I have to give my own mother a lot of credit for this. She is a Cancer, and growing up, she always encouraged me just to lie down on the couch and take a little quiet time. Now, I didn't really think this was wise, being a busybody, want to get things done. In fact, I kind of rolled my eyes at the situation. If I'm not tired, why should I lay down and give myself quiet time? But now, as I begin to mature, I've realized that our emotions, and really our entire soul, needs a break. And it's not a sleeping break. It's a break where, in our awake time, things are quiet. Where we allow our soul and our consciousness to just sit still and be who we are. Nothing else than that. What I've realized is that for people to be really emotionally grounded, They need quiet time with their feelings every day. And I think some people fall into this habit subconsciously. I know a lot of women who have every night their bubble bath, and I think that's their quiet time. And the women I know who take regular baths and make this a ritual with themselves, they honestly are more grounded women in my experience. But I also know that quiet time is sometimes when we're just sitting in nature and listening to the birds chirp very quietly. Sometimes quiet time is even on a noisy bus where you're just sitting and staring out the window. But the point is the emotional maintenance that human beings need is some quiet time and some time for all of our energies to settle to a quiet zero. In particular, I have found that our own minds drive us crazy. In fact, in the idea of meditation, everyone I know spends the whole period of meditating, quote, quote, arguing with their own mind to keep quiet. And to me, if you're focusing in your mind to keep quiet, you're not really quiet, okay? So the advice I give to my clients about quieting their mind is when you go into an emotional quiet time, what you do with your mind is listen to your emotions. By listening to your emotions and listening to that quiet, of course, the result often comes up as the same: nothing, quiet, there's nothing to hear. You still, though, focus your mental attention on that quiet. You think about that quiet if you need something to think about. And eventually what happens is your mind gets really bored focusing on the quiet, and your mind, my mind anyways, will finally relax. It'll finally stop trying to do stuff. And then I will sink into the feeling of true quiet, that my mind doesn't even want to think, that my body doesn't want to move. And you begin to appreciate this true quiet inside of you over time. In fact, it starts to turn into a therapy. It starts to turn into something that you look forward to every day. Now, in building a stable emotional life and in building a spiritual life, it's my opinion that people need quiet time every day. And if you've had a hard time in your life, if you've had a difficult time coming to an emotional balance or a mental balance, the cheap remedy to this situation is a quiet time period every day. The interesting thing about our emotions is they're very programmable. And you can understand this from raising babies. I had a child. I raised my child. He is now 20 years old. I'm so proud that he's that age. But I was very wise, took child psychology courses and stuff when I was in college because I wanted to make sure I gave my son the right foundation. And one of the takeaways that I had about early childhood development was the stable children, children who are able to relate to others easily and feel grounded in themselves, those are children who are on a regular schedule. And I started to realize that means every day they eat the same time, every day you put them to bed at the same time, every morning you give them the same sort of toys. I mean, you build this ritual. And what happens is, in this ritual, you emotionally start to expect these things. You subconsciously expect these things. And if these things are things that bring you joy, then your overall tension and worry in life does go down because your soul knows that there's something beautiful or something sweet or food coming here any second now. I also experienced that sort of pampering when I was in the hospital. I was hospitalized last fall with pneumonia, which is my karmic thing I have gone through my life. And I saw in the hospital how good I felt when that food tray cart came in every day at the same time. And when you're in a hospital setting, that's really kind of the only joy you can look forward to in the day, is that you're going to have some yummy food and be able to enjoy a little bit of life there in that cramped setting. The point is, if you want to build a stable life where you feel secure and you feel connected, if you build a regular schedule of quiet time, that you give yourself this quiet time every day, that will begin to build as a metronome of self-confidence, a metronome of emotional security, and it will be something your mind can retreat to in harsh times. What I mean by that is, when you have a quiet time for yourself every day, a time where you're just going to be and not allow any problems to ever hit you, when the problems are hitting you, your mind will think, oh, I can't wait till that quiet time. And in that moment of thinking about can't waiting to the quiet time, you actually quiet down in that anxious moment. So when the soul has a very solid memory that there's always a quiet time available, and you think about that quiet time in an anxious moment, it will actually extinguish the problems you're feeling, and you'll begin to bring or portal that quiet energy into your moment. To me, this is the bridge also of meditation. So for those who are interested in meditation and interested in connecting to the other side, the first step is not even trying to connect or listen or hear from your guides. The first step is being able to, on a regular basis, enter into this quiet zone in yourself. That is the grasshopper first step of it. So whether you seek sanity or you seek enlightenment, the path is the same, my friend. It is quiet time. Now, given it's such an emotional time right now, I want to remind my listeners that I have a personal sensei service that takes your date of birth and coaches you 7 days a week. In fact, every day I give my subscribers what I call a pep talk. It's 7 to 9 minutes, me on audio, where I walk them much more deeply through the day, give them the skill sets necessary to get through the day, and also a little breath work, and we play a telepathy game. I help them develop their psychic abilities. So my support doesn't have to stop on Fridays. You can be a subscriber and try my service for $3.99, and you'll receive your first pep talk on Saturday morning. For more information about that, visit SeriousJoy.com. All right, my friends, so grateful to be a soul service. I will see you on the other side of this little thunderstorm. Nurture yourself. Be there for yourself. Remember while you're out there that I love you and to live, love, be.
Live, love, be.